Oh my God, the stock market is crashing. The tech market is crashing. Nita, get to the basement. Put on your helmet. The market's crashing. What are we going to do? My God, we're losing money hand over fist. This has got to stop. The sky is falling. Just a little bit of drama there for this Monday morning as we wake up to a stock market that appears to be tumbling like a big snowball coming down the hill, particularly the tech market. And God, this has never happened before. But wait, I think it has. I think I've shown you a chart of the QQQs, and I've shown you that it's done this numerous times before since the year 2000, and that's the realm we're living in now, the realm of technology. And every once in a while, the market says, it's time to pull back. Oh my God, interest rates are going up, and inflation's out of control. And oh yeah, let's go buy some banks and some oil companies. Oil companies? I thought Elon was going to put them out of business, but that's nonsense. Don't worry about that. Let's face the situation we're facing right now today. I don't know what the stock market's going to do. This is actually Sunday, but I'm putting this out Monday. But I suspect before the week is over, it's going to go down again. And what I'm trying to decide is what exactly am I going to buy? I've got some cash sitting there. It's in my Schwab account, and I'm going to be buying something. So the question is, what do I want to buy? And I'm reading a book about artificial intelligence and the future as it comes. And so I am inclined to say I want to strengthen my position in my technology stocks. I want to strengthen my position in those stocks that are going to offer me an opportunity to participate in the world of the future, the things that are going to change my life, not the banking system, not the oil companies. No, they're on a death march. Let's face it. There is so much technology that wants to put them out of business. Why would I be buying them now? Why would I be buying bank stocks just because interest rates are going up? Come on. Okay. So what I want to do today in this video is share with you what I'm going to buy. And so what I'm going to look for is in those stocks I want to buy, which one are the bargains. And so I'm going to go back to my trading views chart, and I'm going to put some numbers into it and some comparisons into it to see which of the probably 6 stocks that I'd really like to strengthen my position in, which are the best buys. And then how can I watch it even further if it should go down further, where I should also be dollar cost averaging into as this continues. Do I think it will continue? Well, history tells me it's going to go on at least till February the 1st and maybe till March. And then probably as we're getting into where the Dow, or not the Dow, but the big funds have to report their earnings, they're setting this up so they can push these prices down. And then before, let's see, it's January, February, March, before April the 1st, they want to push it up so that they can come in and say, see, we made you a lot of money in the first quarter. So I'm looking even beyond that. I want to talk about the companies that are going to change Kerry's life, maybe even extend his life. But wait, this is not financial advice because I'm not your financial advisor. That's that guy you pay a buttload of money to every month for financial advice. I'm just an old guy who drinks out of a cup that says best of us investors on and is kind of attuned to a different way of trading. Talk to you in a minute.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
Okay, I want to take you now over to my computer over there, and I'm going to pull up that trading views chart I showed you last week on the QQQs.
and get a feeling for which of the 6 stocks that I want to strengthen my position in are the best buys today. And then I'll just watch it on probably a daily basis to see where the real buying opportunity, who's getting hit the hardest, because I think all 6 of them are going to just pay me huge rewards in the future. So let's go over to the computer now. Okay, this is the trading views chart that I showed you last week, mapping the Qs from the triple Qs from 2000. And as you can see, the market had the tech market has gone up. But now, as I show you, we've rotated because of inflation, interest rates, and a rotation to safety. The Qs are down 13%, and I fully suspect they'll probably press 20% before this is all over, if not more. And so I see that as a place of opportunity. But I want to take it a step further and say, okay, what is the opportunity within the Qs that gives me the best buying position? And on top of that, of the stocks that I want to own more of, which are the best. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so what I've done here is take my tradingviews.com chart on the QQQs, and I moved it to right after Christmas, about December the 26th. And I said, okay, if we're all starting with all these stocks on equal footing, that's the QQQs, Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and Facebook. If we have that as our starting and our comparison point, which one has come down the furthest, thus which one is giving me the best buying opportunity? And so I come over here and I see that Amazon, since December roughly the 28th, is down 16.42%. Microsoft is right behind it at 13.25. Facebook 12.43. That's exactly where the QQQs are, 12.43. Google 11.17, and Apple has been hurt the least at 9.41. So what do I do with that? Well, basically, it's telling me my best buying opportunity right now is in Amazon. My second best buying opportunity is in Microsoft. Now, the fact is, I bought some Microsoft 2 weeks ago, and then some just, I believe, last week as well. So those are the stocks that I'm interested in. Now, why am I interested in them? Why am I not putting more into my healthcare, my 3D printing, my fintech? Why am I focusing on these stocks? That's what I want to talk to you when I move back there over on the other side of the desk. And I promise I won't put my goggles on anymore. Okay, so why am I focusing on Apple, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, and Nvidia? Basically because of 2 books that I'm currently reading and a number of books that I've read in the past. But the most recent books I've read is The Age of AI and Our Human Future. And there's a link to that in the description. And right now I'm not actually reading, but I will be buying the book, The Price of Tomorrow by Jeff Booth. And in Jeff Booth's book, last night I was listening, I'm on chapter 7 now, and he was talking about the future of intelligence, and he made the statement that Vladimir Putin several years ago, and I'm not a big fan of Vladimir's, but for what it's worth, he said whoever controls the data will rule the world. So I got to thinking about that. Who controls the data? Who has been gathering my data for the last 40 years? Now, granted, 40 years ago when it was Google and Apple doing my search data and things of that much, they weren't getting in depth. They were They were just getting information. And then as they moved to the cloud, they started organizing that data in their servers and slicing and dicing it. And then as artificial intelligence came in, they gained the ability to slice it and dice it and compare it so that they're actually comparing my data it to everybody else's data and then drawing conclusions. And then they're introducing artificial intelligence to look over that. And the best example I can give of that, and that's what Jeff Booth mentioned, is I go to the doctor once a year, and I first go in and I have my labs done, and basically all they're doing now is taking my blood and analyzing it, and then I sit down with Stuart, my doctor, and he gives me some feedback on where I am, and he asks me if I have any pain, and he feels me, and sometimes he sticks his finger up my butt, and then I leave. Okay, so, and then Stuart really never gives me any thought again for another year. But 5 years ago, was it? It was in 2015 on Black Friday, I believe it was. I went and I bought my first Fitbit. So, and my first, and that since then, Fitbit has been bought by Google. So Google they know exactly how many steps I have taken since December the 26th, 2015. Now, as the time has gone on, I have upgraded my watch. At this point, Google knows my heart rate for every moment of the day that I'm wearing this watch. I see that they're very conscious about what happens to me while I'm sleeping. They know how many hours of sleep I have gotten for the last 2 years. They know what my oxygen intake is while I'm sleeping, how many breaths I take per minute while I'm sleeping. They track my body. Is Stuart doing that? Is my doctor doing that? No, my doctor is not. So who has a better handle on my medical data, Stuart or Google? You tell me. Now, in addition to that, about 3 years ago, I spit in a tube and sent it off to 23andMe. Now, 23andMe, what do I believe they did? They have told me about fifth cousins that I have all over the world. But what I also know they know, which the FTC will not allow them to release at this point, is they know my genome. They have sequenced my genome. They know the propensity I have for cancer. They know, as well as Google knows, that my mother died of cancer. They know that my father died of cancer, and they know that my daughter died of cancer. So do you think they might have a clue as to what's going to kill me? Do you think they have better data than Stuart? Where do you think they're going with this? Where do you think they want to go that? And that's just in the healthcare field. They've got the same information on my car. They know where I went yesterday. They know that I went down to Alabaster to look at a new BMW. Actually, it's not a new BMW. It's a 750 model. Some guy died and he's only got 23,000 miles on it. And they also know that I went to CarMax to find out what my BMW is worth. And then they know that I went to my BMW because I have a payment on it. They know that I went to find out what my payoff is. Guess what you think? What do you think Google knows right now? They know Carrie's interested in a new car. Does Stuart know that? Does anyone else know that? No, but Google does. Maybe Amazon does. I don't know. Maybe Apple does. I don't have an Apple phone, so I doubt it. But that's why I want to invest more, as much as I can gather, in Google, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, and NVIDIA. And why NVIDIA? Because Google has gained the ability to analyze my data and and compare it to millions of other 77 years olds around the world to make conclusions. And they have done that through the use of advanced chips. Who makes those chips? Well, I know NVIDIA makes a lot of them, and I also know NVIDIA makes the chips that are going to bring me the metaverse. Well, how does that figure into this? Well, I don't exactly know, but I am quite sure that in some way, my health, my life is going to improve as a part of the metaverse, and Google and Amazon and you know the names, they're all going to be involved in it. So why wouldn't I want to own this? Why would I want to own JP Morgan? I can't wait until I get away from the JP Morgan. They do not provide me the banking service that I want. They penalize me every time I do something. They charge me $35 to wire money to Jack to pay him. Come on, this is nonsense. If I should, God help me, if I should overdraft my account, they'll punish me. I don't like to be punished. I'm getting older. I forget to do things. If I don't pay my American Express bill, you know what I do? I call them up and say, look, I'm 77 years old. I had a lapse in mind and I forgot to pay my American Express bill. And you charged me $35 plus interest. And you know what they say? We'll take it off. Would my bank do that? Will my bank? No, they'll punish me. So, am I going to invest in banks? Hell no. Am I going to invest in oil? Hell no. Elon has declared he's putting them out of business. And I just read an article in the Wall Street Journal about the next electric BMW. And the guy who reviewed it made this statement, why is BMW continuing to make these gasoline engines? This electric car is so far much better than the ICE car. Why are they going to make that? We know what's going to happen. So all we have to do is go to your trading views chart, pull up the QQQs, put in the stocks that you want to buy, see which one are on sale for the best price this week, and buy them. And if you aren't ready to just throw it all at it, dollar cost average into them. Do I think they will go down further? Yes, I do. And again, I'll tell you why. Because Wall Street can't make money if they keep going straight up. But if they will take a dip down and they can force you to sell, they can create a mirage that interest rates and inflation, which are all temporary. Don't you remember the pandemic? Don't you remember the quarantine? That's why those things are up. Is that going to go on forever? God, I hope not. I'd like to get out and party a little, but I can't do it. All right. I hope this has helped you. I hope you liked the thumbnail. I really kind of got off on that. I was actually brushing my teeth and I thought, yeah, let's act like there's a tornado coming and the world is coming to an end, and let's Nita and I crawl into the bathtub with our goggles and our helmets and our heavy jackets on and tell them, what is it, Inky Dinky, the sky is falling? All right, that's Carrie Grinkmeyer. That's Best of Us Investors. If you want to become a part of this, if you want to invest the way I invest, by the way, I'm going to create a course. It's a lot of work, but I think I need to be more proactive in helping you learn about the stock market, how it works, why it works the way it works. Maybe I'll do a same course on how Caesar's Palace works. All right, talk to you again tomorrow.